Well, hello everyone. My name is Randy Matthews, and glad to have you join in here with me today. By the way, this is the weekend after the 4th of July, and I think that it's very apropos that I make this presentation about the FIT Financial Intel Team. FIT for short, Financial Intel Team. And let me give you an idea of who we are and how the FIT Financial Team came about into being. We're a group of individuals. As you can see, I'm just like everyone else. I'm just another guy out there. But a lot of us that have traveled together for quite a while have realized that things have changed, that there's major issues out there that we can no longer deny. We know that. And we can turn on the TV and we can see these things. We see them not only happening on the other side of the world that is boiling over to the point of exploding. We see them right here in our own country and a lot of people in their own towns. We realize that unless we get together or unless we find out on our own, things in the future could be radically different based on what we individually have only had the time as a sole individual to do research, which we know that there's so much more that we would like to learn and find out about, because knowledge is power. So we came together and we realized that we as a group can research many areas out there that where we have questions about what's going on, and all of this has to do with our governing, our members of our government here in the United States. And folks, we are a very passionate group of individuals, very patriotic. But we formed this site so we'd have a place that we could gather together, and we could exchange ideas. We could give each other information from the various places that we individually study, and we put this into a forum. We're exploring with a chat room that we have, trying to build up interest there, and on regular emails and on video conferencing like this and on conference calls when we get together, and we can share that knowledge, because we know that things are tough today, but it looks like that they could get potentially a lot rougher unless we change things, and we'll discuss that as well, because we do have a solution to this problem. You know, we realize that we individually, a lot of people have retired. Their retirements are being completely wiped out. People are young, coming out of college, they can't find jobs. People who have jobs now know that they could be threatened at any time in the future because of automation, or jobs being shipped overseas. And we question why jobs are being shipped overseas, so we go looking. We've all went looking in all sorts of areas out there, from Kirby vacuum cleaners, Hoover vacuum cleaners, selling spas, to MLM, to all of those things. And we realize that what we have to look at when we go out to find an additional revenue stream, because we all see that we're going to need that, is that it's all going to be about the product. If we're going to be selling something or offering something, it's going to be about the product, its cost, and the reward that we will get based on their commission structure, or ever how they have it laid out for our work that we put out. How much is our reward going to be? So what we want to do here is to give you an idea of what we have done at FIT Financial. Is we've looked at all of these various other places, and we have compared our school of hard knocks, you know, the scars that we have from exploring out there, and we want to give you that information before you go out and experience those things for yourself, where you could navigate around the problems. That's what we do. You know, when you're looking at a lot of these home-based businesses, you have to have a product, because if it has a compensation plan or it has a commission structure, you have to be selling something, or it would be a money game, if you will. People would call it a Ponzi, they call it. Robbing Peter to pay Paul, taking from below to pay the people at the top. We realize these things, that you have to have a bona fide product in order to be able to have a compensation or give a gift if it was to be donated out. You need something tangible or intrinsic of value. a fair exchange of value in the eyes of anyone. You have to have that. And we have come up with a way here at the Financial Intel team to do just that. What we do is, you can see here on our site, we have just a ton of information that we can give to people, things that they need. It may seem very basic about how to understand and navigate inside of Facebook. A lot of people don't even like to go in there. I don't, but I have members inside, so I'm in there. We understand that surveillance nowadays is overwhelming, but unless we get in there and become part of the solution and fight fire with fire, that's where you get the word out. So we're in. And so in these other companies or other means of deriving revenue, the product is very important. You can see a list of these products down here, but far greater than that, we realize that it is you, the individual, that carries the greatest value that we seek. You see, I was just talking to someone today, and it was on Facebook, and they said, well, what are we going to be offering? And that's confusing to people because it is intrinsic. It's virtually delivered. You know, we have a means by which to have video training for people that they can watch for Facebook. They can watch for things like Google Hangout. Anything that we can find, we can put it in our resource department where you don't have to go looking. It'll be right there. And someone, the person who told you about Financial Intel team, they can also, they're teachers. We're seeking teachers, people to go out and sell our website, the content of our website, because who we are is this. We realize we can't do it all on our own. I'm a very patriotic individual, as most all are. And we realize that these powers that be out there, whether you want to realize it or not, they use the human emotion, the good spirit of American people, and they twist it, the agenda that they are seeking in such a way that it just overwhelms the good spirit of the American people, causes them to rise up and make sure that we go over and help people, or we do this, that, and the other, when we did not really realize the true intent of what their objectives were with going to war or going to do anything. We question everything now, because it's getting to that point where we can see right with our own eyes the facts that we have been deceived. The hearts of these good, loving American people, that the certain things that they use with propaganda and news to guide people to fire their emotion, to get them to Johnny go get your gun, so that they can go over and complete their people on mainstream news are talking about. It sure seems strange that how can this be when we were just over there and we spent untold hundreds of millions of dollars in whatever conflict it was and lost so much of our blood and treasure of our young Americans for naught, and they won't even tell us the real story behind it. And so we're rising up. One thing about the upright Homo sapien here on the blue planet is it came factory equipped with a questioner. So you can see that my passion is this. Your passion may be different. We have people that look all over the news sites and all of the chat rooms about. And we scour. Different people have different interests. And you can find these, there's the sites that are alternative news is where to look. We're in the fishbowl, people. Whereas we used to look at people, we thought we were looking at people overseas just going, how could they act like that? They were like they were in a fishbowl, but now we're in the fishbowl, and we have to go to outside news sources to get the real story of what's going on, and we do that. We go to various sites like this, and someone may be interested in the ultimate objective that I feel that they're after is to control the consciousness of it, of our being, so that our still small voice, our Holy Spirit, whatever your religious foundation is, if it is seeking harmony with the source of all good, that there's only one supreme source. We don't split hairs right now about your particular belief system. There will be those in our groups that are very adamant about their particular belief system. We have clear and present dangers because they're using that very conflict or question or strife that we have in our religious beliefs against us to keep us preoccupied so that we will not be looking at what they're truly doing. They're looking for the consciousness is my true belief. The on and off switch where you no longer could you get that connection to when you meditate or pray. It would be gone. And it would be a tough row to hoe unless we can recognize this and wake up and take action and protect ourselves and become aware and awake. Other people know that the data collection that they're doing is a control mechanism so they can see every single thing that we're doing. So in the time that when things become right and they pull the trigger to cause massive problems, that they'll swoop in. And they'll know those that may be standing up for constitutional rights that may be branded as terrorists in our own country. We look at things like Monsanto. It's the third most hated company in the world because of their genetically modified products and the deep agenda that they could and most likely do have to control the world's food supply. You control the food supply, you pretty much control a lot. One thing is happening out there is we know that there's standalone energy, and the Russians are already looking at reopening, to rebuild the Tesla Tower, which could deliver free energy. Petrodollars headed south, people. There's one thing that we realize, is that we realize that the only way that I can see, and many of us that are on the same page with me, in harmony with me, is that we realize the only way that we can escape this and thrive and survive is to do this from a spiritual perspective. The war is being fought on a different theater. And we are staying so in tune to, and that's why I want to interject here, is that we go out and get this. We do not want our members, we don't suggest that they go out unless they are one of those envoys that I speak of that will come back and deliver to us the news of what they found in their particular area, because you can get caught up in this, and that's exactly their agenda, is to keep us so terribly preoccupied with it's going to be impending doom, Armageddon this week, Armageddon next week, virus coming in from China, dollars collapsing, which it is, thousands of children coming across the Mexican border, the Benghazi, you name it, keeping us totally confused so that we will not be having this conversation right here. This makes sense, does it not? Being logical, am I not? Being realistic, am I not? Well, keep me in that same frame as I move into the next transition, because I feel it's your only pathway out. And that is, we're going to take another little trip in another area. In this area we firmly believe and we advocate and we do practice being quiet for 10 or 15 minutes a day. Is that too much? That carries value. That's one of our products, intrinsic in value. We suggest that people take 10 minutes and just, oh my Lord. We even have soothing music, elevator music that you can listen to, and what I tell some of my redneck friends, if you can just get past goofy, the answers lie just beyond there. And that's how we're going to be able to change the things that are wrong and have been perpetrated against us. We can, and I believe that we have, topic of another discussion. We just have to remember how we did it. We have to settle ourselves and be connected to the divine, to the in-between, to whatever you want to call it. as long as you understand that there's only one of them. What a deep rabbit hole that is to go into. But right now we have clear and present issues. Let's take another trip back over here and talk about this. This is part of the plan. Our objective is to get people on the other side of the river of turmoil. But the hardest thing that we have to do is to let people know that they can trust us. We're telling you the truth. We have been there, we've done that, and some of us have even written the compensation plans for many of these businesses that people have just about a possibility of success is I would of being on a self-propelled mission around the moon without an airplane or a spaceship. Just me. Shoom. That's the likelihood of success without you being armed with the knowledge or the tools or both. And if you were armed with the tools and the knowledge, most likely you wouldn't venture anywhere past where do you join this. And I'm telling you the truth. Because let's go back to the product. You have to have a valid product. In order to, let's pick one of those industries like multi-level marketing. You've heard of it. Pyramid, all that. It's really not. Our government is based on that. It's the most powerful means of exponential growth that you could have. Word of mouth is the strongest form of advertising. If you know about the little fish on the back you see on cars, the fishers of men, that was done to where it was code. Someone would come in, they would draw the top half of the fish. Someone would come in, they'd draw the bottom half, and they knew that they were of like mind. We have to understand that we have a plan. We're going to fight fire with fire. You have to have a product or they deem it a money game, because it is a very effective way to get any individual, including you, money, providing you have the knowledge about how this system works. You got to have a product to make it legal. We have a product beyond reproach. It's you. Do you think that you're valued at more than $35? We do. And when you join with us at FIT and you understand what we're doing here and the light bulb goes off, you'll see what I'm talking about. Is that your knowledge and your experience of your life journey, everybody has value. And when you bring that value to our members and you share your life experience, we gain that value from you. So yes, you are part of our product. We have these tangible or deliverable products that I mentioned right here on this page. But our objective is to get this information out to people first and foremost. And equally as important is making sure that you are financed with the ability to be able to go out and do that, and we're willing to pay you to go out and spread our word. But there's very much meaning behind why we're paying you and how. If you'll notice that this is a $35 monthly subscription product. People subscribe to the New York Times, they subscribe to whatever. Our subscription fee is $35. The thing that's different about this is it's designed to help our members create financial stability, and if not wealth in their life, if they utilize this to its fullest extent or as much as they want to utilize it. So out of this $35 monthly membership, we realize that these other business models, excuse me just one moment, we realize that these other business models, it may cost you $800, $1,000, $2,000 to get involved, just to get involved. How long will it take you to break even and then start prospering? Most people can't even understand the compensation plan, much less how long it's going to take to break even. And most people that come into these type things are hurting at the moment. They don't have 6 months to a year to build a huge 1,000-person organization so that they can pay their monthly house note. They don't have the time, nor do I think we have that much time. We got to make hay while the sun shines. And so what we do out of this $35 is we give someone back. We pay them, the people, $30 of that $35 to get them closer to break even. Know of anybody else that does that? No, because this is designed not with someone in the top that's going to be skimming off all the money, because we've eliminated the top. We've eliminated the buildings, we don't need it. We've eliminated all the phone bills, we don't need it. We've eliminated all the CEOs, XEOs, BEOs, BOAs, and DAs, SOBs, whatever. All gone. Because that is added on from the raw cost of whatever it is being marketed, from the raw cost of say $1, pad all that in there to cover all that expense. That dollar product just came to say $50. Big disparity there. And then they tack on 5 more that their marketers can divide up amongst themselves. What's wrong with that picture? We eliminate that gap. We deliver our products virtually, no shipping, no handling. We clear through a very special processor called STP. There's going to be some very exciting things happening this coming week to make our entry with STP, just like PayPal, for being able to pay our subscription fee. But getting back on point is that $30 out of the $35 spent, there is reason for that. Most businesses could not stay alive like that, but we do. Because it's designed to get a lot of money fast in the pockets of our members that understand this. And then from that point forward, none of our members will receive less than 62.5% of every individual individual that they show the Fit Financial Team plan, and that person sees the value and joins. They will receive no less than 62% of the 30 every single month. You may say, well, where does the other part go? Because we also are a group, a family. We believe in bonding together, and all of us helping someone that's down below them as far as when they came in, helping them. So we design on the second person that someone gets their 30 back, the very second person that they go out and they're trying to get, someone's already going to contact them from above, say, hey, I'm up here, we're all a team, we're a community, I'm going to help you. What can I do to help you get that second person? It's a community. And then after that's done, they get their second person. That person is going to be rewarded. So is that person who brings in their first person. Their second person. They go to the third, and then another person is going to be helping that individual for as wide and as many as they want to bring in. It's unlimited how many you can get. You get over 62% on every single one that you get. However, we have a plan that causes this to absolutely be able to meet anyone's financial dreams, and we have videos to show you how all that works. But we do not focus on the monetary gain, because you'll find in times when you understand this, therein lies where the power's at. There, just beyond goofy, is where riches, if that's what you're seeking, beyond your wildest expectation lie. And I do believe that one of the problems that we have out there today is that because of the necessity and the need for money right now, we focus so much on this how I'm getting it deal rather than what I'm delivering. As my father used to always say, don't worry about the mule. Mule's going to be just fine. Just load that wagon and you can trust us. Every single thing is transparent, because this is an experiment, just like our great country of America is an experiment. I have found it very hard for people to accept the truth. What product are we using? Because they've got so enmeshed, and it is a hard concept to get around. Our product is the things that you see on our website, the training for the basics of interacting on social media, those things. If you need something, the real value is in what you bring to us, because you're valuable to us. That's what we market, is all of our collective experiences in life. May sound strange, but guess what? The delivery cost is zero. Don't you think you're worth $35 to us? Yes, you are. That's our product. And more than anything else, it's the knowledge about being able to use this platform that we know makes people millionaires. We see it, but we're not the ones walking the stage because of that dollar and that 50-cent and that $50 gap between what is cost and they mark it up to what they finally let us divide up. That's gone. And you don't get there. But with us, we eliminate that, and yes, you can. This isn't an austerity program. You have to go out and do the work. You have to make friends. You see, most of these, all of these, whether it's Hoover vacuum cleaners, MLM, or whatever, if it's in a situation where there is sales involved or a means of bringing someone that they have to make a contribution, then this dynamic, this part will always take place. Always. There isn't any deviation from it. But when you're able to come with truth and make friends with those people, that's that common thread that I was alluding to and building up to, is that they all make friends with people. You get to know little Johnny's going to have braces as you're sitting at the table or talking to him on the phone. That their mother or their father is in the hospital and they may have to help them out. Or that someone just lost their job and they're moving back in with them. And then the next thing you're going to have to do is harpoon them. Boom. Harpoon them and extract that money, because that's the only way that you can get your commission. At that point, you will probably have already realized how hard it's going to be for you to get your money back. And after you've heard about little Johnny's braces and all that stuff, and you know that you've got kids and you've got needs yourself, what are you going to do? Most people pull the harpoon. Sad but true. It does not have to be that way. Can you hear me? Even those members that we currently have that still have the question about the product, wake up. We're using a system that is bona fide because of our product, your value, and everything else that we offer. The communication and the camaraderie and the entanglement that you will meet people in our forums is priceless. Having someone sitting on a computer, as I do, and others watching the real news about the weather, watching what's going on, spending time that you are having to go out, most everyone, and make ends meet with a job. You don't have time to spend 14 hours a day researching like I do. I gladly give it to you because I have an agenda. My agenda is just past goofy. I know that if people are in the right state of mind, and we have so much research that has been done to know that the sheer fact that one single thought has the creative ability to alter life as we know it, whichever direction that thought leads. If you continue to build on that one thought, where attention goes, energy flows, and that's the seed of manifestation. And when you fall into sync, when you fall into rhythm, when you fall into harmony with those of like mind that are also thinking along those same lines, a principle called the 100 monkey, actually theory that's been proven, the 100 monkey theory takes over, and that's what's called reaching critical mass in a finite target. In other words, 1,000 targets, say people, or 100,000 or 1,000,000. There is a small, much smaller number. It's all that's required to be in constant focus, prayer, without ceasing, which means keep thinking about it in the right way, that very small number can flip that dynamic. It's been done, documented, and accepted. And also the fact that they don't know how it happens, because whatever they're doing is outside of the realm of current time's ability to quantify or to validate or justify or give a reason why it's happening. It's coming from the divine. wake up. Very interesting times that we're going through. So what we have is a product that's very, as you can see now, hopefully very real. The means or the reason we're employing or offering this product is its ability to be able to be delivered without any of this, that 50 we're talking about. Poof. So now we were able to divide up a whole lot more for you and all those that you invite in, that you truly care about, if you catch on. And I can make you a solemn oath, and I think that the people that know me will stand behind me when I'm telling you the truth. I know in my heart, if you can get past what the product is, what are we offering, understand what we're offering is to be able to use that system, turn it on. New members are exposed to this information that they need to be exposed to, whether they join us or not. If they need money, they join. If they're going to be looking at some other vehicle out there to generate money, why even look for something if that gap is anywhere, if it is $1 or more? Why do it? You can do the math, but when an individual catches fire, like I have and many have, and you get 15, 20, 30 people that you have personally invited, that have joined, they see the value, they understand what we're doing. That's more important. Understand what we're doing, why we're doing it. They clearly understand the product. Got to have that product. It's got to be real, and it's got to be something that will stand up in the court of law, in this maritime law that we're being subjected to. The cargo, me, I'm the cargo of the manifest, my birth certificate, my straw man certificate, my bill of ladling, has to stand up in a maritime court and be able to say that is a product. If that time ever comes and they ask me, how do you say that 10 or 15 minutes a day is a valid product, I'll say then that means that your AMA must be way off track, because there isn't a single one of them that do not say that we all need to just be centered and at peace for 30 minutes to an hour a day. We're saying 10 to 15 just to get the ball rolling. Some of the things that we go over are undeniable and they're true, and you'll see that. And we hope that you come to a point in time to going over this, that you'll be at that crossroads, that once a person who has been honestly mistaken all of their life, no fault of their own, mistaken all of their life, learns the real truth, they either cease to be mistaken and start proclaiming the real truth, cross that line, or they cease to be honest and they will bear that yoke inside of their heart forever. I hope it takes you there. If it does, you'll be riding with us. You'll be getting real fit. There isn't anything else out there like this. This is my 4th attempt at offering this out, because I was, again, I'll say I was one of those that that had people that wrote these computer programs. I've owned those things, those MLMs and things. I've got the experience. And I know how to write them to where it's leaning in your favor instead of the house, because we tore the house down. There is no house. We go as far as if someone is in peril financially and they do not have any money, come on over. Spread the word of what we do and we'll pay you anyway. You'll only get half of what you would have gotten, but you're earning while you're learning. And you can accumulate those, and so you can work toward getting that full commission. No one else does that. If someone goes away for a while and they aren't current on their monthly subscription, They aren't just booted out. They'll be reduced down to earning half. They may be in quadruple bypass and hadn't got a hold of anybody, or wherever, maybe taking a cruise around the world. They may have set sail and they may be off on another trail or path that they met someone in the chat room and they're starting another business. They'll come back. All they got to do, they might have $1,500, $2,000 or $3,000 worth of commissions that week. $35, boom, instead of half of it, it comes back to full. So we send out those notifications in advance too, by the way. There isn't anything that we have not looked at that if it was slanted more in what you'd call toward the profit of the entity, which there is none, we haven't corrected. I posed this to my programmer. I said, goodness gracious, what is the downside? What is someone's downside for joining with us? He said there isn't one. And so as I tell you these words, what we have to do is examples of the way that we think things should be ran in the future. I myself have a lot to do with this coming into you being exposed to it. I put myself side by side with you. I pick up my sword. I'm not up here or back there in the tent at headquarters. If I want to get ahead in life with this system, this platform, this fit group, I have to take my sword and swing right there with you. So I'm doing it. I'm presenting this to you. I think you're a good product, that we would love to have you come in and share your life experience with others. If there's things that you're lacking that you would have had to have paid for out there, we would love to show you how we can show you how to do that for free or at minimal cost. We have things that we talk about and folks that we have on to talk with us that are just beyond cutting edge. You won't hear them anywhere else. I invite you to go over and listen to my dear friends, Phoenix Rising Radio over on Blog Talk, and his wife Kelly Lakehouse. Wonderful people, great source of knowledge and information, and bring it back to our meetings, and we hit the highlights in there so everybody can do a 30-minute meeting, poof, and be versed on most everything, these shenanigans that are going on out there. And when you are made aware of them, you diffuse that fear, that anger, that hate, that war mentality, or the impending apocalypse or Armageddon. We diffuse all that because we understand that we manifest our thoughts. Have great thoughts and you'll have great life. If we don't get there, we're in trouble. So if you're in need of money, hopefully you understand now how our vehicle, we call it the Fit Financial Team Alumni Affiliate Distribution Plan. Sounds good, doesn't it? And it meets all the guidelines of Caesar. Hopefully now you can understand what our product is. You can bring your passion to. You see, mine is patriotic things because we have been lied to. You may have a Bible class group, a large one. If they're in need of monies, or your mission groups are in need of monies, wake up. Goodness gracious. You see how this works. There's no skimming. It just takes effort. It takes, hello, my name is. Brother, sister, whoever, join with us and help. When you invite another parishioner in, you get 30 of your 35 back and we grow all together. This needs to be addressed to all of the people out there proclaiming information, this knowledge, so that they can be funded. You might have a little trouble with them understanding what the product is, but it's the truth. And I can see that the truth is hard to sell when our eyes have been so glazed over. We don't have big rallies. We don't have bing, 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 with celebrities coming across the stage and everybody's evangelically hollering. They got to go home after the rally. And in the quiet of their own home, they look at those kids and go, goodness gracious, how am I going to get that money back? I got to go harpoon somebody. We don't do that. We make friends and we stop it right there. That's it. We monetize our lifestyles. God bless each and every one of you. I hope this was informative to you or for you. We love to have you with us here at the Fit Team. If you're a current member and you haven't, there's no upgrade, but if you haven't activated your position, do so, because we're fixing to take off here this week, because our ease of getting into the, for those that are in the states that are having challenges, we have something new coming up for you, and that's something that I personally can oversee. I'll make sure that you can get in a very expeditious manner. So go out this coming week, this new fresh year of our country's independence. Let's claim our own independence. We can do it if we decide to think about it. So I ask you, think about the Fit Team. Come join us. We need you. We need your thoughts. We can change things. Go out tomorrow, smile at a stranger to make you feel good, and you'll never know what you potentially could have done for that person. God bless this wonderful country of America, and God bless this planet Earth. Until next time, this is Jedi One, aka Randy. See you again. Let me put my glasses on so I don't have to redo this. I'm done.